at the same time, the bulls have a lot to do, right? So if you look at both of those forces, what does that tell you? It says, hey, be neutral. You wait as a general to pick the winning army and just go join the winning army, man. Yeah, be a rascal if you have to. Join the winning army.
Hey guys, Krisha here. Please be cautious of any fake comments and emails you may receive from people pretending to be Mango Research. Sean and I will never, ever contact you for investment opportunities or anything of that sort. To get in touch with the real Mango team, make sure to join our official Discord chat using the link in the description below. Stay safe out there, and remember, do it Mango. And what's up, you guys? Welcome to the Mango Grove. My name is Krisha, and this is today's Bitcoin, and it's a draw analysis video. I have Sean with me today. Sean, say hi.
Good morning, everyone, and a happy weekend to all of you. So another draw, eh?
Yes, sirree. Today it is between Lend, which is Aave, got rebranded to Aave, and Chainlink.
Ooh,
nice. So yeah, Sean, which one are you rooting for today?
Oh, this one's hard. These are both two of my favorites. I've made a lot of money on Link and lost a lot of opportunity. Okay, Aave is like such a painful story. Could have had a massive win on that one. So that one is a lesson for me. Either way, I'm okay with whichever one wins. I think Lend is going to be more interesting to chart though. Link is not as beautiful as it used to be, so let's hope it's. No, I still have some loyalties to Link though, so I don't know. I'm not.
Well, either way, the wheel decides. Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's get a drum roll, please, and boom.
The wheel of time. By the way, guys, Wheel of Time, for those of you who are fans of the series, is it's Link.
Boom! Linky Dink it is. Linky Dink. I'm actually feeling really good about this pick. Now, guys, on today's agenda, of course, we'll be going over Bitcoin. There have been developments on that chart. Well, because it's the weekend, of course, there are developments on Bitcoin's chart. It's not like, it doesn't make it easy for anyone. So we'll first be starting off with Bitcoin, and then we'll be moving on over to Chainlink. Now, Chainlink, because, well, there was a draw between Aave and Link, and many of you guys voted for that. I also wanted to give a big shout out to Alina. She says, these videos are so rich with solid TA. They help me so much. I always regret the days I miss the videos.
Aw. Elena has been with the Mango fam. She's a Mango seedling too, by the way, guys. And she's been with us for like a year and a half now. So when we hear these kind of comments coming from people who've been watching us for that long, it means that much more, right? So thank you so much, Elena.
Yeah, really. Like, we're so appreciative of all of you that come out here and, like, really comment. Like, I was going through the comment, Sean, it really made my day.
Oh, that's...
it's such sweet comments. So thank you all so very much. Also, I just wanted to do a quick sort of announcement. Once again, guys, I know that I've been getting more PMs about that discount code. There is no hyphen in there, okay? It's just Mango Days. Mango Days is the code, and it is applicable on the seed program, the dynamic, as well as the dashboard. Okay, so just a quick heads up, it is Mango Days. Knock out the hyphen. I will link it in the comment section as well as in the description just for your reference. Okay, so you guys can just sort of copy paste it if you want.
I'm noticing Insinium's comment over here too, saying Eth1, because he did call Eth. He's like, Ethereum's gonna win, and Ethereum did win yesterday, and then he almost called it for today's video too. Voted for Lend, Aave, and hey man, you made it to the wheel, but the Wheel of Time is not in your favor. All right, so let's start, Krisha.
Yes,
you said
Bitcoin,
interesting developments on Bitcoin.
I think there have been some interesting developments. Of course, it's not going to make it easy, but let's first start off with the weekly time frame. Why? Because it's a Saturday, and in about 24 to 48 hours, we're closing this weekly candle, right? So essentially, what are we looking for on the weekly close? Once again, it's the same old thing. I want to see if the bulls can defend that green box territory. The top of the green box lines up with your monthly Tenkan. Okay, so far, it's not just the monthly Tenkan. We're seeing the same horizontal cascade on over to the weekly time frame that has clear, at this point in time, clear weekly significance there. Sean, how many weeks How many weeks have the bulls managed to defend this box for?
6 weeks now.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks. Okay, 6 weeks. The bottom of the green box territory is the Kijun. That also lines up with a historic region of support on the weekly time frame. However, that Tenkin defending the top of the green box territory is going to be key. Now, question is, do we defend the top there? Right? Now, what was the one thing that we actually brought up to their attention yesterday? It was that symmetrical triangle breakdown that we caught earlier. And also you were looking like an M-like formation, both of which, by the way, are both bearish patterns, right? So we saw a breakdown of those, of those patterns. And what do you think about this now, Sean?
Yeah, this is where it gets really interesting. Now, if you're looking at the symmetrical triangle, we are, well, let's start with the M-like formation first, right?
Go ahead.
The M-like formation is what I had preferred looking at for validation and invalidation for the move towards the downside. And essentially we'd be looking at this neckline right over here, with your M being this high and this lower high right over here, right? So again, you could look at this as a descending triangle too, but either way, at this point, we have invalidated the break towards the downside, or you could say that it met its measured move, because monthly support over here, Kusha, the bottom of the green box is the monthly Kijun, right? Higher time frame support stepped in and stopped the lower time frame move from playing out its entirety. That's another way to look at it. So we have taken back that neckline. We have reclaimed it on the daily candle and multiple 4-hour candles, because I believe you were looking at this on the lower time frames, right, Krisha? Now, if you zoom down, or rather zoom into the lower time, okay, yeah, you have it drawn out, that's good. I was going to mention just this, that you're going to see that, yes, we have reclaimed that neckline. However, we are now retesting the symmetrical diagonal line, right? So now this is the next test. Do we reclaim this breakdown point too? In my opinion, like the amount of times we're retesting it is it's as good as reclaimed at this point, because the breakdown point, you could say, is somewhere around here, right? And we have closed above it. We're actually to the T, because we closed above it, defending it, and now this brand new 4-hour candle that just opened around 19 minutes ago, it's holding it as well. So if we start living above the green box leading into the next few 4-hour candles, at that point we've pretty much undone the past 2 days of bearish action.
Yeah, I agree. And that's something that I thought was so typical of Bitcoin, where it does this, like in these choppy sort of regions, we break down only to reclaim it, and then that entire picture sort of changes around. Sean, you brought up something yesterday that, especially in terms of pattern plays, wherein when a pattern gets invalidated, especially if you're looking at a descending triangle or a symmetrical triangle, it turns out into a bullish falling channel or a bullish falling wedge, right? So now that is the new sort of development on Bitcoin's chart. As far as the pattern plays are concerned, I think that the bears are taking way too long on this breakdown, at which point, like right now, I actually think that in the more immediate time frames, I'm looking at the 1 hour and the 4 hour, I think that the bulls have the edge here, Sean. I think that these patterns, even the symmetrical, is going to get invalidated for sure.
The longer this takes, let's put it this way, all right, let's be a little bit more precise, I guess, with what we were saying. The longer this takes, the less convincing the bears are looking, right?
Yes.
I don't want to say that we're getting bullish, because Kusha has been mentioning to us multiple times, to all of you multiple times, that we will only get bullish above that 47,000 to 50,000 region, right? So Kusha, saying that the bulls have the edge is not as appropriate as us needing to say that the bears are losing their momentum, right?
Okay, I think that would be the most responsible, responsible approach.
Yeah, because people may misunderstand and misinterpret what we're saying. I do want to go ahead and check out, or rather pull up the weekly one more time. All right, Kusha, now look at the dynamic, because I want everyone to understand that there are trend forces going against even the bulls right now, and the bulls need some convincing to do as well. The bears are losing their momentum, and they're not looking convincing anymore, right? The longer this takes, they are looking a little bit weaker and weaker and weaker each passing day. At the same time, the bulls have a lot to do, right? So if you look at both of those forces, what does that tell you? It says, hey, be neutral, right? You got to be standing on the cliff, looking down at both the armies fight, and you wait as a general to pick the winning army, and just go join the winning army, man. Yeah, be a rascal if you have to. Join the winning army. That's what you have to do, right? Be a mercenary. Don't try to be, don't pick any sides, guys. So right over here, if the bulls are closing multiple weekly candles, 2 weekly candles above this dynamic zone over here, guys, that's when I'm going to be flipping bullish. Again, for those of you who have access to mango vine, wait for the mango vine to flip bullish. That's when I'll be flipping bullish too, on the 12-hour and the daily. Until then, play it neutral. Kusha, I haven't checked out the daily dynamic today, believe it or not. And again, yeah,
still red. Yeah,
it's still red. We have resistance at this neckline at around 35,000-ish, right? Again, just wait for the bulls to prove themselves, and as the indicators start flipping green, right, you can start scaling into a position if you'd like, depending on your risk tolerance. So for example, let's say the daily is enough for you, right, in terms of the bulls reclaiming that daily level. Well, at that point, you need to understand that you are getting in a little bit earlier than the people who are looking at the weekly dynamic, for example. Correct? So you are, in a way, trading in some risk to get into your trade earlier. While the people waiting for the weekly level, what they are saying is, you know what, I'd rather pay a little bit more and have a bit more confirmation. So you're paying for confirmation. You're paying a extra price, or in this case, maybe a little bit more. It's not much in the grand scheme. It's only $4,000. So yeah, that's how you guys need to look at it. Stay on the sidelines, play the ranges.
And also what this does is really adds that winning probability on your end. As soon as you're able to determine where that macro trend really lies, that is more information for you, right? We're not here to catch bottoms and tops. We're here to catch the high probability trade. Now, Sean, let's talk about targets for the next weekly close.
Yeah, let's do that.
Right?
Oh, for the weekly?
So
I think we could look at the range here on the daily. It's as good. Honestly, Kusha, your green box over here is perfect. I think that's a really we could use the green box for the weekly time frame. I think that'd be a easier way for people to visualize it. And it's essentially this structure over here. I'm looking at the bottom of the green box at this point for the bears to prove something to me, and I'm looking at the top of the green box for the bulls to prove something to me. Right? So that's a good way to look at it. Okay.
That's the best way to look at it, honestly. Now, for those of you who want those numbers, I'm going to give you those numbers on our chart. So the top of the green box comes in at 33,768, I believe. No, sorry, apologies. 34,400. The bottom of the green box territory comes in at around 32,100. If you want to get a good visual on this, just get on over to your monthly time frame and pull up your Ichimoku cloud. The Tenkin and the Kijun will mark out this box for you. Okay, so now if we close on top of the green box territory, that's what Sean was telling you about, what would be your next target on the chart, Sean? Let's go on to the daily for that one.
Okay, it's not going to be enough for me to have a target. Honestly, if we do close above the green box, I'll just know that the bulls have done enough for me to know that the bears now have to reclaim that level one more time, right? But for me to have a tradable edge now, I wouldn't be looking at the zone anymore. If you draw in a trend line like this, essentially what I'd be looking for is these candles, or rather candle closes, to be reclaimed by the bulls. Let me just go ahead and show you guys the confluence I'm looking for. Bear with me. So now I'll be looking for the bulls to clear this green box right over here. Then I can look for a trade, a horizontal trade. This is essentially my trade setup that I'm looking for, guys. I'm just drawing it out for you guys quickly. So I'll be playing this trade from here, this support zone, to this resistance zone, at which point I'll be taking profits, right? And yeah, if we do break above this, that's when things become interesting. I'll be looking for a retest above here, and then there's another range trade opportunity from there to around here. And again, you could use the same principles of drawing in a trend line, and now you have another area right over here, which is a breakdown point, which we're going to see some resistance.
I like these ranges. So the range to the top, by the way, that Sean marked out for you, which comes in at 44,800 to the next region over there, which is the 47,500 region that we have been talking about now. But these are the most immediate targets that we are looking at. Mango right now, guys, what you need to understand is we are only playing the ranges until Bitcoin gives us a solid set of sign in, you know, who is taking over, which side is taking over, is it the bulls or the bears? We'll only be playing the ranges. Okay, as far as downside targets goes, as soon as we start breaking the green box territory once again, I'm looking at $31,000 to $30,000. As soon as we start taking out $30,000 to the downside, then we're gunning for the monthly 21 EMA, which only comes in at around 26,000, give or take. Okay, if we fall past 26,000, Sean gave you guys a deadly target yesterday, which was at 19,000, I believe.
Yeah.
Right? But yeah, these are the most immediate regions of support, or rather the most immediate targets that we are looking at on our chart, contingent on candle body closes, of course. Okay, so look for those closes. Now, Sean, are you ready to get on over to Chainlink?
Let's do it.
Cool beans. Now, guys, remember, you want us to cover any altcoin that you are looking at. Take this time to get down to the comment section and tell us which altcoin you want us to cover. Okay, the popular vote wins. And if you're enjoying Mango's content so far, do not forget to smash that like button because that helps us out tremendously. Okie dokes. Now, Link USDT. Chainlink. We've covered this chart very recently. That's why you can see Sean's scribbles. Sean, every time there's going to be scribbles on the chart, I'm just going to blame it on you. I'm just going to be like, that's Sean. Guys, that's Sean. Okay.
Most likely is.
So here we have the weekly time frame. Okay. We're smudged up between a range there, right? This right here being the range coming in from $19.60 going all the way down to $16.76. I think that on the weekly time frame, it's only if we start closing over $19.60 will I be, you know, looking for another sort of move to the upside. I think the next range play comes in here at around $24. What are your thoughts on this one?
My thoughts are, what happened to the beautiful link chart that we used to love?
Yeah.
Right. Again, so we lost this neckline too right over here.
Yeah.
So again, yeah, you're right. I have literally nothing to add to what you just discussed. It's not looking as pretty as I'd want it to look, definitely, and I really would not want to be touching this until we reclaim this orange line, because this is looking more bearish to me than bullish, hands down. Yes, we are smudged between the two levels that Krisha mentioned, but it is more bearish than it is bullish, right? I'd lean bearish on Chainlink until we reclaim this neckline. I keep saying neckline, but this horizontal line right over here, because this is looking like a bear flag to me right over here, right? You have this, and then essentially you have this area. And now, oops. Well, you guys get the idea. Now it looks like we've broken down. We're not seeing continuation, but it seems like it's only being held up because Bitcoin is holding its $32,000 region, as opposed to showing strength and reclaiming its levels like a lot of other coins have done. Like Ethereum has taken back its level.
Cardano never even lost its level.
Exactly. So
yeah, I think the bears are definitely in control of Chainlink USDT here.
Well, the bulls are not showing any, and Krisha, the bulls stopped showing their face on Chainlink a while ago, in my opinion. Most of its move was pushed up by the rest of the market just like being strong, right? So Chainlink wasn't showing us the same beautiful trend momentum that it used to show us. And guys, you need to understand that when charts are trending in a beautiful pattern with volume, it's usually because you have a lot of market participants entering and a lot of traders all trading the similar structures, and that's why you get these beautiful trends. When the market starts being choppy and starts doing erratic maneuvers, I guess, you gotta wonder what's going on.
Yeah. Another region I think is going to be very critical is going to come in at $14.88. In fact, I may actually give this more importance than even the one that I'd marked out earlier, which came in at $16. I want you to notice the relevance here, the historic relevance in terms of support, resistance, back into support, continuation right here. So look towards $14.90 if we see multiple rejections off of the $19.60 region. Okay, so that is going to be critical, and not just that, Sean. The last time I believe we also marked out the psychology of a cup and handle like formation, which by the way did have this little candle break to the downside. We'll wait on more confirmation before we can get there, but $14.90 is going to be the nail in the coffin for the bulls. Sean, I just want to quickly get on over to maybe the lower time frames of Chainlink to see if there's anything happening here. And that's the thing, this chart is not trending. You know, when it's not trending, there's not much information to be extrapolated from this. Are you seeing something?
Perhaps on the 12-hour, there's...
I'm seeing a breakdown, if anything, you know? You see that?
Yeah, I'm trying to make
trend line that I had
it.
drawn in earlier, that looks like a falling... that looks like a rising channel that broke to the downside. We're seeing a retest of that falling channel, and so far it seems like it wants to have continuation, but if, of course, you know, just like how we discussed that little invalidation concept on the Bitcoin pattern, the same thing applies here. As soon as we find price breaking back into the pattern, that tells me that the pattern play has been negated. Okay, but so far this is looking like a change in trend momentum on this time frame right here, because we were maintaining the beautiful ebb and flow of higher highs and higher lows until we just broke it.
So yeah, I just drew in what you could call, I guess, a bear flag. Either way, rising channel, broke towards the downside, a lot like what Bitcoin is doing, right? Retesting its rising trend line at the moment, reclaimed a candle close horizontal right over here, but again, the breakdown wasn't as convincing either. So again, let's see what goes on, but it seems like it's being dictated by what Bitcoin does as opposed to doing its own thing and showing conviction, kind of like what Ethereum and Cardano did the last time we looked at it. Now, I haven't looked at Cardano today, so yeah, for the moment, we know Chainlink isn't looking as good as we'd like it to be. And hey, this isn't because we're trying to put Chainlink fans down or anything like that. It's just what the charts are telling us, and yeah.
So this is all we have, honestly, for Chainlink. So if you're looking for your targets, guys, look towards the weekly, because that is going to give you the clear, more crispy picture of your Chainlink targets. Okay, so as soon as we start taking out this region right here at around $19.80 to the upside, then we'll be looking towards $27.86. As soon as we start taking out $14.60 to the downside, that is going to be a critical region of support underneath us. The next region of contention that I look towards comes in at $11.46. Okay, it's always going to be an if this then that, but right now Chainlink is in a sandwich. Alrighty. Sean, anything else to add to this before we get on over to, well, Saturday coffee and Saturday shenanigans?
I just want to take a quick look at the monthly time frame, and that's pretty much it. Kush, I think you pretty much nailed all the important levels. So yeah, with that, guys, do the mango way, do the easy way, do the breezy way. We'll see you guys in the next video. Ciao.
Ciao, guys.